Rainollon here. Today is another build showcase and it's the Kuva Karak. So let us immediately start. Today I'm going to show you two builds and let's start with the first one. The first build is the Multishot build. The Multishot build, the mods I use for this build is Vital Sense, which gives you critical damage, Rim Rounds, Coldness Stash Chance, Hammer Shot, critical damage, Stash Chance, critical delay, critical chance, lowers your fire rate. It's not a big of a deal. I have Prime Shred, which gives me fire rate and punch through, Galvanized Scope, critical chance, while aiming, Galvanized Chamber for multi-shot, and Galvanized F stash chance and direct damage per status on target. These are the mods I'm using. For the Access Weapon Adaptive slot mods, I will highly recommend going for Vigilant Supplies for enhancing your crits and also ammo economy. For the Arcane, Primary Deadhead for me personally is by far the best in slot. Easy access to 360 increased damage, 3% headshot multiplier and weapon recall. All these stats are really good. It's a cool weapon, so I have to kill my cool lich. The element I chosen is Toxin, and Cold gives me Viral. And also I have the maxed out one, which is quite lucky. For the stats, fire rate is very good, magazine is good, maximum ammo is good, 1% reload speed, which is really good, very high accuracy, automatic, 2.4 punch through, which is solid. Riven Dispo is solid if you really like this weapon. Critical chance, critical damage, multi-shot is by far the best in slot, and I will remove critical delay for it. Critical chance is above average, which is solid. Crit multi is solid, stash chance is solid, and the base damage is sadly below average. The base damage is not that great. Every other stat here is good, except for the base damage. So yeah, these are the stats, the mods, the arcane. Time for me to show you in game. So I'm going to now spawn level 200 steel path for Battle Group dudes. I will not use any buffs or armor strip, just raw damage from the weapon itself. Wait for the butchers to come out to kill them and get the deadhead stacks. So let's start with this one. There we go. I got my deadhead stacks. Now the heavy gunner, which is solid speed. Yeah, this is solid, I will say. Bombards. I can't even see their heads because of the numbers. But in general, that's pretty much with the multi-shop setup. It's a solid single target DPSer. So, time for me to show you the other build. The other build is the Primary Accuracy build. So the Primary Accuracy build and the Multishot build, the only difference is it's just one mod. So, Primary Accuracy build is here with Primary Accuracy, which is a brand new mod. And the very bottom says Multishot cannot be modified, so Galvanized Chamber is completely useless. So as you can see here, Galvanized Chamber is not in the build, so I removed Galvanized Chamber for Primary Accuracy. Also, Primary Accuracy gives you weak point damage and weak point critical chance. Weak point damage is enemies' weak point. Most enemies, their weak point is their heads, so you will do more damage and have a much higher chance to critical hit. And every other mod here is exactly the same. Same thing with the Exos Weapon Adapter mod. I'll highly recommend Vigilant Supplies, Deadhead. And the only thing I will say for the Riven, if you like the accuracy more, critical chance, critical damage, and like increased damage or something, or fire rate, or some sort of element is, for me personally, by far the best in slot. But if you like both, I will rather choose to look for critical chance, critical damage, multi-shot. It's much more common, and it's pretty much a god roll for weapons like this. So it's all up to you. It's kind of hard to roll in general for both, but you have to decide which one do you like more. But if you're like me, who doesn't like Rivens, pretty much just ignore them like me. So I'm going to show you now the Primary Accuracy setup, and let's start. Yet again, I'm going to spawn level 200 steel path for Battle Group dudes. Wait for the butchers to come out, shoot enemies in the head to get the deadhead stacks, and also you're going to see immediately orange and red crits. And that's mostly Primary Accuracy gives you a lot of critical chance, and I also have Galvanized Scope, which gives me critical chance, and also critical delay for critical chance. So there's a lot of critical here, and yeah, it's pretty solid as well. I think they're both very equal in terms of speed killing. One requires aim, the other one doesn't. The other one you don't even need to shoot enemies in the head. But they're both usable, I will say. You can format this thing 3 times and you use both setups and decide which one do you like more. But yeah, this is the Primary Accuracy setup and it works, it's good. I will recommend Multishot over Primary Accuracy because it's much easier to use. And Galvanized chamber is quite nicer to have than this, but both of them are good. So yeah, that's Kuva Karak with 2 builds. They're both solid. The weapon is fine. The problem with the weapon I have is Kuva Hind and Kuva Quartek exist, and they're kind of a better weapon than the Kuva Karak, but if you like the Kuva Karak, it also works. It can do content. And yeah, that's my builds. I hope you enjoyed the builds. Thank you everybody for watching. Leave a like, sub, and see you all next time. Thank you. Goodbye.